I'm here with Zach Diamond from Codeium, and we're here at Generate. And I'm really interested to know more about Codeium because you guys are doing so much, and there's some stats that you brought up this morning that I want you to share.
Okay. Yeah. Well, which stats specifically? The software development?
You were talking
Okay.
about how many people are using Codeium or how often it's used.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have over 500 enterprise customers right now. Um, I think the trend in just usage in software development AI tools has skyrocketed over the past few months. Our latest product called Windsurf was launched in November, and we've seen usage just absolutely skyrocket across the software development space. So that encompasses some individuals looking to build their own projects, people like me, maybe like you, who don't have software engineering backgrounds, but then also enterprises as well looking to change the way that they develop software.
For people who are getting to know what Codeium is for the first time, because there's so many new adopters in this space, how would you explain it to them?
Yeah, absolutely. So Codeium offers enterprise AI software development tools. Our main product, Codeium, or our original product, I should say, Codeium Extensions, that is extensions on top of IDEs, so developer toolkits, where you can think about it as like autocorrect as you're texting, except for code. So it can complete blocks of code that a developer is trying to create. And then our newer product called Windsurf, which is quickly becoming our main offering, is an IDE itself. So an IDE is the platform on which a software developer is creating their code, is writing their code. And what Windsurf offers is a totally native AI experience. So as you are coding, you are collaborating with an AI agent as if it's a coworker. You can ask it questions, you can tell it to do specific tasks, and instead of making one call to an LLM, so the way that you type into a prompt like ChatGPT and it comes back with one answer, it's actually going and making several prompt calls at a time. So it's saying, first I need to build this database, and then I need to download this new file, and then I need to update these doc strings, and it's doing that all in line with you as you're coding.
And something that's very important here is trust.
Sure.
And this is something that I know you take very seriously. So tell me a little bit about how you guys are going about that trust factor.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is something that really differentiates us from our customers, is that we have really, really invested into the enterprise space to make sure that we are compliant, there's secure data. So a few examples, we have SOC 2 compliance, and we recently just got FedRAMP high security certification. So that means that we are offered to federal governments, and we have impact level 5 authorization from Department of Defense. So we've really, really invested heavily in making sure that our processes are secure and compliant for the most confidential code bases.
And I think that gives people a lot of confidence as they're getting into this space, or maybe they're in this space and they're looking to do more in this space as well. And I know productivity is huge right now. A lot of people and a lot of companies are asking to do more with less. So how does going beyond productivity come into play?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this can be somewhat of a touchy subject across the AI industry right now, is that will AI replace jobs? And we as a company never want to promote ourselves as a job replacement, as a human replacement, and I don't think we are at all. And the fallacy here is that with AI, you can do the same amount with less resources. And to some extent that may be true, but the companies that are taking that approach are going to end up losing in the long run. And the companies that win are the companies to say, we can actually do more with more. And getting their developers to learn these tools, getting their teams to adopt these tools early, to say, we aren't just trying to save hours, we aren't just trying to save dollars. It's not just about automating tasks or taking things that we used to do and putting them directly through AI, but rather it's about shifting focus on what is possible. So how can you take moonshot goals that used to be 2 years out, 3 years out, and instead accomplish them in 3 months or 6 months, and invest in the future of your company, the future of the individuals that work at your company, rather than simply trying to just automate and improve efficiencies.
And I also wanted to ask you a little bit about the biggest risk that teams are facing right now, especially as they're evaluating a lot of the software development tools out there. Mm-hmm. This is something that I know that this is very top of mind for you and for Codeium.
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest risk that teams face when looking at software development tools are their employees not learning how to use the newest state-of-the-art tools. And we're seeing this a lot across companies that there's a disparity in experimental folks and people who aren't willing to try things out. So there's a bit of reluctance. And what we're finding is that gap is going to keep widening to where the people who never learn how to use these tools will have a harder time catching up. Where on the flip side, the employees, the individuals who are learning these tools, understanding them, seeing how they can integrate into their workflows are going to find as new tools come out, as we see these revolutions continuously, they'll be able to actualize their impact much faster.
And I wanted to ask you about empowering developers to build as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we always say 10x your 10x engineer. So how do you take top talent and get them to use tools that make their jobs easier, but at the same time they can focus on that end goal and building rather than automating. So reducing technical debt to the point where they don't have to worry about legacy projects and can focus on what they want to be building that has the highest impact.
And I also wanted to ask you about what led you to this space, because there's a lot of people that are just now getting interested in AI, but you've been interested in it for a while. So like, what was it that...
Me specifically?
That made you say, this is for me? Yeah,
so I actually come from the collaboration space, working at a company called Miro, which is a collaboration software. And I think we would run these workshops where we show teams how to innovate faster and how to not just faster, but more deliberately come up with a product that solves user problems. And I see Codeium and our products being the extension of that. So instead of just ideating or coming up with ideas, coming up with new solutions for specific problems, now you can actually just build it in the same breath. So for me specifically, I wanted to be a part of a company that is transforming the way we think about product development and transforming the way that teams collaborate and create new products.
Zach, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.